Welcome back to all our friends, family, and yes, even our foes. To the Foxx Den Sports Podcast, where Todd and his sports-passionate kids are ready to bring you the latest updates and insights on all things sports. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Now, here are your hosts, Kellen, Garrett, Gannon, and coming to you from the Foxx Den, their dad, Todd Foxx.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Foxx Den Sports Podcast. With Kellen and Garrett, I'm Todd Foxx. Got a lot to cover today. A tough loss for our Sooners this past Saturday, 25-15. This is kind of a grayish black shirt, but I was all in black today, in mourning for the tough loss. And more so for the just despicable offense that we threw out there. I know Garrett and I were at the game with Callie as well, and another friend of Garrett's, and and then Kellen, you were watching at the house. So just give me your all's perspectives, and I'll kind of go into mine because it was frustrating.
Yeah, you can go first. Go ahead.
I don't, I thought I had the words and, but I don't know. I mean, we could have won that game. We could have won that game. But here's the thing. Tennessee beat us fair and square.
Yeah, they did.
Easily. Like there was refs weren't an issue, nothing like that. It was a clean game from both sides. Biggest thing is, I've been saying over the whole weekend, I think Tennessee has a top 10 offensive defense, both. And so, that automatically makes them a tough team. I think we have a top 5 defense, and I think we have maybe a top 100 offense if we're lucky, at least from what it looked like on Saturday and so far. But I don't think you can say it. You can say whatever you want about Oklahoma from an opposing standpoint, but you can't deny the fact that the defense is elite. I don't care. People think that they would have put up more points if it would have been a close game. I don't buy that at all. I don't buy that one bit. I think our defense was locked in the whole game, and I think their offense was trying to move the ball and waste as much time as they can along with passing. And that's where, personally, again, he got the win. I wasn't as impressed with Nico as I was expecting, mainly from the aspect that they think he's going to be some generational talent. Number one quarterback in his class, paying him $8 million to go there. Again, better than what we have. Not saying anything about that, but he was not very impressive. He missed a lot of wide open throws, and he had a lot of time on plenty of them, and just kind of was slow in his process. But other than that, defense, you can't ask more from the defense. You can't ask for anything more from the crowd and the atmosphere. And I know we'll probably get into the quarterback battle here in a bit, but Jackson Arnold, the whole offense just couldn't move the ball. That defense handed us, in my opinion, 14 points, one being at the midfield and one being within the 10, if I'm not mistaken. And the very next play is both time we turned it over. So yeah, I don't know. I'll let someone else go. I feel like I got a lot to say, but
What do you got, dog?
It was a disappointment. I think the whole nation now knows what our defense is capable of when against the top scoring offense, I think in history for the first 3 games.
Up there, I think, yes.
Our defense put us in a position to win. Whenever we got that first fumble inside like the 5 or whatever it was, when it was 10-3, I thought, okay, I didn't expect this, but our defense is going to help us win this game again. Not that I didn't expect it, but I wasn't expecting the defensive turnovers to save us against a good team. And then we fumble at the very next play. Terrible play call, in my opinion. Just terrible play call. Literally, he did the fake pitch to a guy that's sitting there. I don't even remember who was standing there, probably Tatum or something, but wide open, would have walked right in. and instead tries to shove himself in, loses the ball. Nevertheless, the defense stands strong. I felt like it was 10-3 for so long. They did everything
right
they
up
could.
until half.
And the thing is, the 10-3 only happened because they gave up 2 big plays. The 3 would have never happened without a big play, and the 7 was obviously like a 66-yarder. Our defense was playing insane. I thought Nico, he looked really good, but when we did pressure him, he was missing passes or fumbling the ball. We got some decent pressure. I don't know. I really think if it was a close game, they would have scored less. I don't know how long I don't know what the ratio was, but I feel like our defense was on the field the whole entire game. We had so many 3.5s, so many fumbles. Our defense put up a fight.
They had the ball 11 more minutes than we did. So almost a whole full quarter. Almost a full quarter.
I don't know. Our defense played great.
The safety.
The thing is, I mean, our offensive line wasn't doing anything compared to their line. After the first couple drives, we're missing our top 3 receivers, obviously. And Nick Anderson got hurt. I think the first drive re-aggravated his injury. Yeah. Burks or whatever got hurt a couple drives later, who was catching all the balls.
Taylor Tatum hurt the first drive.
What'd you say?
Taylor Tatum got knocked out for the game on the first drive, too.
I forgot about that. And then obviously Farouk was already hurt, but like we're missing our 3 best receivers. We were getting we were getting knocked out. We were losing players almost every other drive. It felt like somebody was getting hurt, and I don't know. It's just this is literally the exact opposite of what we're used to. They were saying there was 117 decibels of noise, which is the highest that the crew had seen in 2 years. Like whoever was on the sideline and doing the commentating.
College game day?
What?
Game day?
College game day? But there was some reporter, I can't remember her name. She was saying it was 117 decibels, loudest she'd heard in 2 years. I think that's comparable to like a jet engine or something like that. Like, and I was watching, I think it was Michigan. They were at like 90, and they were talking about how crazy their decibels were that day, and it was 90 earlier that day. Crowd was in it. Crowd stayed in it. Defense stayed in it. Like the fact that the defense never once gave up. I was proud of those guys, but yeah, it was rough.
Real quick, too.
Go ahead.
On the note of players dropping and stuff, like getting injured and everything, I don't want to hear like, oh, this is the SEC. There weren't any harder hits than we've seen. This has happened all year. This has happened against a Tulane and a Temple and Houston. Like, our guys are just getting injured. So it's nothing about the opponent supposedly being more physical and everything. It's literally just our players are just dropping. What'd you say?
Sorry, I said the players that were getting hurt could have been playing for other SEC.
Oh no, they had plenty of offers for the SEC. Wanted them big time.
It's not like we had these little guys, this little 2-star guy from Sepulpa got hurt. No, those are guys that could actually be playing for these teams, just getting hurt. It was rough.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was a frustrating game. Obviously, we talked about it. The difficult thing was like the crowd was so fired up early in that game. Honestly, even to the first quarter or first half, but they were rock and roll. It's probably honestly the most rowdy and loudest crowd that I've seen since OU Nebraska in 2000. And there may have been some, in between that time frame, and I just didn't really realize that. But yeah, it was crazy, man. But I'll tell you. The thing is, here it was play calling. It was Jackson Arnold. I mean, he had do you know what his quarterback rating was? Did you hear that? 1.1, a QBR rating. Lowest, I don't know if I've ever seen one even lower, to be honest with you. He was garbage that game. He gave the ball away. That first interception, you had dadgummit, number 6. Burks, he was cutting to the post, wide open, and he throws it into triple coverage, and it gets picked off. And to your all's point, we get that huge turnover, and we're just like, and I'm thinking, at least, I mean, I was saying we needed a touchdown, but I was like, at least we'll get 3 out of this thing, right?
I mean, I'm expecting a touchdown.
Very first play, and then he run. It was just a bad call anyway, and he runs right into everybody, and we didn't realize it at the time. I was yelling, you got to do better than that. And the next thing you know, Tennessee guys are jumping around. We're like,
nobody realized it at first. Everybody thought he got stuffed.
So
I don't understand how he fumbles it whenever he's just laying on the pile. Like, I don't know how that happens.
Nobody's punching the ball.
And then we get the ball back again. At another point, I think was that Nico who fumbled that football, and then we get it the very next play. From what it sounded like, that wasn't even like leaving the play call. From what I'm hearing here, it wasn't even like the call, and he throws it behind. I think at that point, Venables and them were like, "Hey, we've seen enough. He's done for the night." But it was terrible. And here's some other things. I don't know if you guys heard this. So I know we had 16 first downs, but on 15 first down plays that we had 7 total yards on the 15 first down plays. We had 3 turnovers and a safety. We can't, that you're not going to win football games. 7 yards. 15 different opportunities.
First down is the most important play.
Absolutely. And there was, I can vividly remember multiple occasions where we got 4 or 5 yards on first down too. So, which is, that's great. But that means that we had also a dozen other ones that we just got lost. 30 yards or 2 or 3 yards.
Well, here's the thing. Barnes up the middle for 5 yards, run for 5-yard loss. I'm looking through here. Burks for 3 yards. Burks ran for 7 yards. But then, Thompson catch for 12 yards. But, we got all these negative yards. And then the safety. Let me talk about that for a second. I don't know if you guys remember what happened with the punter. Great punt for him from Tennessee.
Beautiful punt.
But then do you remember what happened on that play? We had a false start. We were on the 4-yard line.
Yeah.
Okay, the false start. No big deal. Whatever.
Half the distance of the goal. It's not that big of a
difference.
difference.
Goes to the 2-yard line, and the exact same thing happened against Tulane when Jackson Arnold threw that interception for a touchdown. The play before that, which wasn't a play, but but we had a false start, pushed us back half the distance or 5 yards or whatever it was at the time. Then he threw the pick six. Could that have been differently? Would they have called something different? I don't know. All I know is like those penalties are costly and they're killing us. We talked about it last week for sure. I know we talked about it last week about how we can't have those penalties. But anyway, bad game overall. And then let's get into it now.
They had like 80 yards in penalties.
Yeah.
How do you not capitalize on that?
And I will tell you, like Tennessee, I think they're a good football team. I don't think they're elite. And that's not busting their chops. They beat us, fair and square. I think where our defense had something to do with that. Our poor defense was out there way too much. If we had the offense that could control some of the time of possession as well, our defense wouldn't have been so tired. But it's frustrating to see those guys putting in all they can. And you got Dolby, who had that terrible injury. He'll be obviously out for the year, which is sad, right? Sad.
Which screw every single one of you Tennessee fans who were booing during that play. Like, have some compassion towards. Like, I understand we were in the same boat a couple years ago with our old head coach with injuries, faking injuries and stuff. But
we had
get a clue and realize that you got Oklahoma and Tennessee players both sprinting to their sidelines, screaming, throwing up that it's a bad injury, and you're sitting there booing. Like, that's just pathetic. Like, I lost so much respect for so many different, so many fans. Like
the game, and I think they were thinking we were doing it again.
Yeah.
No, okay, and that's fair, but at the same time, like,
you could see.
I don't know. Just get a clue.
Kirk Herbstreit called us out, I guess. I didn't watch that part, but they said he called us out on.
He did, but when they showed the replay, it was pretty obvious. But on this one, it was obvious that that
was
guy.
Obvious. The way Stutzman was reacting,
Bowman, and then the Tennessee guy was puking on the sideline from it.
Just frustrating, but no. Overall, poor performance, and we got the quarterback quote unquote controversy at this point. I think it's going to be Hawkins. I'd be surprised if it's not going into the Auburn game. But what were your thoughts on his play for the amount of time he was in? Do you feel, because you guys were talking a little bit off air for just a second ago, talk about that.
I feel like he was.
There's a lot of people. there was a lot of people that were saying that they think Josh Heupel pulled back a little bit, and they're saying, I've heard that he pulled back because he knew his defense was playing really well, and he didn't press the ball as much. Plus the fact with the freshman quarterback, and I think all that goes into it perhaps. But what were you going to say?
I mean, I think a lot played into it. I think he walks into a game, nobody's expecting him to win. He's got nothing to lose.
Yeah,
he's got nothing to lose. He's a little 3-star quarterback. He nothing to lose. He comes out there, plays hard, plays fired up. I do think the defense played a little back. He wasn't under near as much pressure. I really think they were just trying not to give up a big play to this, because you just never know what kind of shots you're going to take when you bring in another quarterback. But he was playing his heart out. He looked like Sam Bradford over there doing a flip into the end zone. I was sad it got called back. We still got it in the end, but man was playing his heart out. It's hard for me to really know who to start at this point, because it's like you want to give your 5-star guy a chance. We lost Dylan Gabriel to keep this man. You would really hope that we could be able to use him all year. But I mean, I also feel like with our play calling, I feel like we're giving Jackson Arnold the Bryce Young treatment. He's not getting a fair shot. His confidence is going to be destroyed at this point. I don't even know. I don't know what the right answer is at this point.
Garrett?
I think Hawkins played great. I think he definitely, like Kellen said, he battled to get to the end zone. It seemed like every drive. I mean, every drive in games like that are hard earned. I don't care if they're blitzing or not. I think whether he started or not, I see a lot of Oklahoma fans saying we would win if he would have started. That's not the case. I think it would have been just the exact same. My opinion is I think Arnold's the better quarterback. I think he has the higher potential, and I think he's just way more talented. That being said, I think with our offensive line being one of the worst in the country, I'd say, you've got to have a guy who's got some speed and that can get out of the pocket quick, and that's Hawkins. And so I think Hawkins is going to look better because of that, where he's going to pick up 2 to 3 yards instead of just taking the sack. And so far, I mean, again, this is all about confidence. Like Kellen said, he hit several passes that Arnold wasn't hitting that game. But Arnold I think he lost all belief in himself. I think he's lost all belief in the offensive coordinator, in the offense as a whole. And from a fan standpoint, I can't blame him. There has been nothing to show to give him hope or anybody hope. And so that's where Hawkins coming in, like Kellen said, a freshman, nothing to lose. He just wants to play, and he just wants to spin the ball and try and make something happen. But I think Hawkins looked really good. I do think that Hawkins will be better because of how bad our offense is, and usually players like him just kind of excel in those types of offenses. But I still think Arnold's the better quarterback, and I still think he's got much, much, much higher ceiling.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is, like, I know Kellen mentioned, like, it's 3-star quarterback and all that. I don't care. I don't care who's playing as long as we're going to win.
Oh, I don't care about stars.
And I know you don't. I know. I'm just saying, like, some people are out there, like, because I was fired up. I'm not gonna lie, I was fired up. We got this guy, and I'm concerned right now. I think he looks lost out there. I don't think he may not understand some of the offense. He doesn't know how to read defenses, in my opinion. I think that the coaching staff made a promise to him that he would be the starting quarterback, and that's the reason why Gabriel's gone. Found out today that Gabriel asked to come back, and they told him we're going in a different direction, and that's when he went into the portal. Next thing you know, Oregon gives him $2.5 million, which I don't think we would have paid him anyway. But all I say is this: he's struggling. His confidence is shot, and it's sad to see because I think he's probably a great kid. I'm afraid we're going to probably lose him. Most likely he'll be starting quarterback at Mississippi State probably next year, because I think they're going to go in a different direction. Garrett said it before that we were off air. Concern right now is, like, is there going to be any kind of division in the team? Because this team is talented on the defensive side of the ball. They're not talented. They're talented on the offensive side of the ball from the skill type positions, but unfortunately those guys are all hurt, and the offensive line can't block. So I mean, it's pathetic at best. right now. Something we're not used to.
Sorry.
Very good.
I was thinking something similar. I was really worried that if we keep going down this path this year, that next year all of our defensive players go transfer portal because those guys can all go play for some solid teams and win championships. And why would you want to play for a team that's not taking advantage of all these opportunities you're giving them? You're feeding them the ball in great spots, and they can't take advantage. I'd rather go. Some guys are going to rather go play a place they can win.
There might be, but I don't know if we're there yet.
I hope not, but it's just this transfer portal thing is just.
No, you're
The
right.
only argument really to that is that you're on an elite defense and you're getting that kind of coverage. You're known for that, and you're starting on that team or whatever. Where they would probably go transfer and be on another really good defense, but that's the only thing is you would only do that to try and win, which doesn't happen a lot in the country now anyways. They don't really care about that, but
sure. I agree. Anyway, bottom line is the best thing I saw all night was the halftime show, the drones out there. That was probably honestly the best thing. And another sad thing is we sit now where the visitors sit. They moved them this year, and they're right behind us in section 16 on the backside, and in front. And in front, and the band was up front. And I saw today where they had because Clay kept asking me, the band. That's all I can hear is the band, and there were two microphones right in front of the band, so they were letting the Tennessee play their music. And it is what it is. Whatever. I don't care about that. I just know the game changing moment to me is when we fumbled on the goal line area, and we could not. Jackson Arnold, because that would have completely changed the momentum of the game, changed a lot of different things in the game. Did Heupel pull back a little bit? Maybe. I don't know. But bottom line is I think he knew he had a freshman quarterback that was going to continue to get pressured, and he wasn't going to put him in a situation where he's going to make some big-time mistakes. I thought he was good. I think he's great, but he could be. I think he's got potential for sure, but he made some poor throws as well. But then Garrett and I kind of got in a little disagreement the other night. I feel like Billy Bowman, in my opinion, cheats a little bit up too much and bites too quickly on a lot of different plays. And I think that one touchdown, to me, seemed like he should have been back there being the last line of defense on that big touchdown pass that they made to the post. And I personally like the guy. I just think he's overrated. I think he's always in the right place at the right time when it comes to an interception, it seems like. But he takes too many chances and he'll get burned. Any thoughts? Any other thoughts from you guys from the game?
I think you saying the drones was the best part of the game. I saw a little bit, but just because we lost doesn't mean the defense. You have to take that for you can't take that for granted.
Well, you can't.
Our defense played crazy.
They had
for this team.
The fight that Kellen mentioned earlier. They came with such an energy and a fire, and every single time, it wouldn't matter. Like we've been saying, they get a turnover, we turn the ball over the next play, they go back out there. They're locked in again.
Exactly.
They're getting the crowd. They're waving their hands, they're getting the crowd, waving their hands up, trying to get us back in it, even though we just got just defeated after that. We're very upset. But yeah, the fact that they get out there, say what?
Sorry, go ahead.
Well, it's just, again, the fact that they have to go back out there 2 plays later, well, more so a play later, and try and lock back in after they just got to the sideline, probably hyping each other up, and continuing to dominate, I think, is something that you have to know.
Or they make a good defensive stop, and then we have a classic 3 and out. They have three plays later. Those guys weren't getting long breaks. But to me, the turning point of the game was the second fumble.
The pass backwards?
Yeah.
That's what I think. Yeah, I would agree.
The first fumble, crushing. We should have scored there. Our defense came and made a stand. They did what they had to do. The interception, defense, I think, made a stand. I don't remember when they scored their touchdown. But either way, the second fumble, then I think they scored that next drive, and it was just like at that point we're like, okay, our offense is really not going to do anything this game.
And I think they knew that, obviously.
And I think that was the turning point of the game of when, like, it's like in my mind, I was like, I really don't know if we have a chance here, unless they can go out, because I think they gave Jackson Arnold one drive after halftime, didn't they?
No, not after half. That was Arnold's.
He came in for a play towards the end of the game because Hawkins had to set out for a play.
No, I don't know. I could have sworn he did one drive on the 3 and out, but because they said I don't know. Maybe it was just Kirk Herbstreit talking about how he had his helmet on, but he had his helmet on the entire second half. Either way, I think that was the turning point of the game.
Dude is defeated at this point. And again, hats off to Tennessee. Great win for them. Great win for Josh Heupel. But you know what? I don't really care because I'm a OU fan. I thought the majority of their fans were okay for me. That's my, but I mean, I had the roughest time getting into that stadium. It was amazing how packed that place was. And everybody was so excited. So
an hour before kickoff, it was probably 75-80% full.
Oh, it was
and you don't see that till maybe 5 minutes before kickoff normally.
Great atmosphere.
People were. I heard a lot about a lot of people sneaking into that game, so I'm sure that thing was.
Oh, I guarantee.
Really? Yeah.
I got news for you.
Ask your roommate, Gary.
Huh.
What?
Okay.
Right. Ask Lance.
Will Lance go to the game?
No, but
all right. Anyway, any other talks about OU Tennessee? Are you good with that? Are you good? Are you okay? I mean, we moved down to rank 21 now, which is whatever. So
I felt like 15 was high for us this whole time.
Oh,
anyway, personally,
sure. Offense wise for sure.
Because of our offense, I like Gary said, I personally think we have a top 5 defense as well. But
okay,
unless the defense is going to score,
for sure. All right, let's go to Auburn. I know that's our game this upcoming week. It's at 2:30. It's on ABC. OU, believe it or not, currently is a 2.5 point favorite, I believe. No, 2 point favorite in this game against Auburn. Auburn, I looked it up, has the 27th ranked offense, but they're not very good. That's what's weird is they have a quarterback controversy kind of thing going on right now as well. Not too familiar where their defense is ranked at this point. I can look that up while you guys are talking here in a minute. But what are you thinking is going to happen? I know a lot of it has to do with the quarterback situation, but what do you think?
Their defense is ranked 62nd. So
is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah, they're not too great themselves, but I think the 2.5 point is probably pretty solely the fact that they also, like you mentioned, they don't know who their quarterback is. They got a lot of playmakers on offense. They have, some key pieces that I think will be there in a couple of years on defense. They're going to be good. I think this was just kind of that 1 year, that stepping stone year into Hugh Freeze's career there. But I mean, my biggest fear is the crowd. That's genuinely the biggest fear. And that's also hoping that maybe Hawkins starts and is able to kind of get some fire under the offense and move the ball a little bit, because I can promise, I don't think they're going to score more than definitely not more than 20. I'd be shocked if they got there, but yeah.
I don't know. I might try to go. They got tickets for $50. It's 2 hours from me.
You should.
Last I checked, it was $150, but $50.
$50 is not bad.
Not bad at all. No, it's good.
That means their fans definitely think they're losing that game.
Well, yeah. I mean, here's the thing: like they're having issues at the quarterback position as well, like you just said. And our defense, I think, is going to keep us in games. We've got to do the same thing we talked about. We've got to be able to control. Because that's what I kind of reached over and hollered at you at the game the other night. I'm like, we've got to get better field position because we kept giving them short fields. Limit the turnovers. Obviously, that's easy one right there, right? But I mean, my thing is how much is Hawkins? If it is Hawkins, we don't know yet, but I think it'll be Hawkins. How much he's going to play a part in the offense as far as like, is he going to feel comfortable? How much better is he going to be? how's Jackson Arnold's confidence in case something does happen to Hawkins, all that. I mean, it's just, man, it's going to be, if we don't win this game, man, I mean, the only other game I know we'll win, which I say I know, is Maine, right? So, I mean, it's just like it's going to be a bad weekend if we can't pull this off. I still think I think Oklahoma will win. I think Oklahoma will win 23-20. That's my opinion. But I keep saying that, but I mean, I don't know how we're going to even score any touchdowns. So we shall see. Kellen, what do you think about the game?
I mean, we should win. I'm going to say that every single week this year. I will predict us to win every single week this year. I'll never predict us to lose.
I
but
used
this
to say
game
that,
we should
no.
win. Auburn, I don't think
game.
it's that great.
No, they're not.
Everybody from my job who's Alabama fans says Auburn sucks. So I don't think it's going to matter who plays quarterback. Personally, I would like to see Arnold just to be like, hey, let's just get him out there and throw some shots. Let's build up his confidence. I think that's what we should have been doing the first 3 weeks, is just letting him let loose and build that confidence instead of put it to the test and destroy it in one game. But I'd like to see Arnold.
Receivers got to get over.
If he doesn't play, this is how I imagine. I have this just vision of us playing Texas in a few weeks, and Hawkins is struggling. It's not looking great. We put Arnold back in, and he becomes who we think he's supposed to be, and goes on to
Here's
win
the
the
thing.
national
Yeah,
championship.
I mean,
I'd sign up for it. Whoa.
It's a little bit of it's
Next season.
it's several weeks, a couple weeks away. But I mean, that OU Texas game doesn't matter what happens. I mean, it doesn't matter what the records are going into it. It's always usually a good game, except for like a couple of years ago, whenever Gabriel didn't play and we had that. I don't know what they got.
We
knocked
didn't
out
have a
three
quarterback.
Yeah, we didn't have a quarterback.
Didn't have a quarterback.
No, but like I was telling people at work, I said it wouldn't matter if we were number one and Texas hadn't won a game. I'd be nervous going to play them.
Of course.
And I know they're the same. They might not say it, but they're the
They
same.
won't say it. Those guys are, and that's
game,
what they didn't do.
They weren't
jack.
scared last year. They said they weren't scared last year.
And look
And
at us.
looking at that game, it's like, in all honesty, they shouldn't have been. But
Yeah,
like you mentioned, because of the rivalry and everything, like it
And
doesn't
because of
matter.
our
And we came out and we beat them. That was the best team they've had in 15 years, and that was a mediocre team for us.
Well, yeah, and that's what's terrible is that they didn't do jack in the Big 12 until they won a national. They won a title and they won a few Big 12 championships. They happened to win the last one and they roll into the SEC really strong. Which, hey, hats off to them. They finally got the coaching position right. I think we'll see.
Quinn came back.
Quinn came back. I still think Steve Sarkisian's going to go to the sauce at some point. But anyway, it's just frustrating, man. Like I don't know, man. I can't stand those guys at all, and that's fine. I don't care what they think. I don't care. They don't care what I think. But I mean, they're good.
What was Kellen's
They're
prediction?
unbeatable. What'd you say, Kellen?
27-17.
Oh, you?
Of course.
I will tell you they're going to lose some games this year. So anyway,
You said that. Well, I know we'll lose some, but I'm going to predict us to win every week.
I can't do that anymore. I'm going to get off the Homer bus and just say I'm going to tell it like it is. Garrett get all mad at me later on at some point because he you know. But I mean,
Just don't be all excited when we win.
I can do what I want.
I was the only one.
I
That
mean,
said
I've been a season ticket holder for 30 years.
That's a lie.
I
Off
do
the
it
air,
too.
you guys were all scared today.
No, Dad said that last year. I
What did
was
I
all
say?
for it.
What did I say?
We were going to
You
lose to
did- we were beating
Texas
Texas.
I
last
never
year.
said that. You got
You-
video?
You
You
at
didn't-
let's
you
here.
didn't
Hey,
have
video.
hey,
No, you don't
listen,
have any video. I never
listen.
said that.
listen. One, okay, I got two things. One, last year, Dad definitely was like, "Oh, we're gonna get smoked. We're gonna get smoked by Texas." And I was like, "What do you mean?" He had zero confidence. And get this, the night before the Tulane game, he looks at me. He's like, "You think we're actually gonna beat Tulane?" I'm like,
I never
What do you-
said that.
"Yes, you did." And I was like,
God.
"You're a clown. Like, this is Tulane. I don't care how bad we looked against Houston."
Regardless, we didn't.
We
weren't
won.
very impressive.
We won.
No, I agree. We weren't impressive, but I didn't say you think we're going to win.
You did. You 100% did.
I kn-
You like got off your iPad and everything. And you looked at me like, "Do you think we're actually going to win tomorrow?" I was like, "Man, he actually means this. Like, he's scared." Like,
I was not scared. I'm asking a question. If I even did ask that, it was just a question. Do you think we're going to win? Because we didn't look good.
Well, listen
Nope.
to the podcast.
Did,
of course.
did I
Yes,
ever
yes.
say? Did I ever say? I think we're going to lose. Did those
Your tone said it.
No.
Tone said it.
Did I speak the words?
If you
Your
put your
tone
iPad
said it.
down, that meant there was some legitimate concern.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm concerned every game because you never know. Even some of the best OU teams lost games they should have won. I mean, so there's always a chance, right? But I mean, I'm always going to be concerned at some point. Maine, I think we're going to smoke Maine. But I mean, the thing is, like, I'm not going to sit there and be all nervous about that game. But other games, yeah, this team, this offense, I'm concerned. Go ahead.
Predictions: OU Auburn. I have Oklahoma winning 35-17, and here's why. Here's why. Listen, I think this is a game that, for whatever reason, our offense just clicks and they look really, really good, which gives us a lot of hope going into the rest of the season. And it's going to be false hope, personally, but I think it's going to be a game that we like on all cylinders for the most part. We look really, really good, and that's what I mean. It's going to give us a lot of hope, which we usually have 1 to 2 of those games every year. But
what do you guys think the record is at the end of the year now? Don't include bowl games. Just go before bowl game, regular season.
6-6. 7-5. If you asked me for 7-5, I'd take it right now.
I think I'd go 7-5. I think I'll go 7-5.
What do you think, Kellen?
I'm going 8-4. I think we beat one of these top 10 teams.
Okay.
I hope so.
Mizzou.
Mizzou.
Well, yeah, we'll beat Mizzou.
Garbage, man.
Yeah.
I don't care. I mean, Mizzou still stinks.
Are they even still top 10, or did they drop out?
They dropped to 11.
Okay, I couldn't remember.
Hey, I don't care about those.
Either way, I think 8-4.
And I'm on the verge of 8-4, 7-5 because of legitimately because of the defense. Our defense is that good.
Well, yeah.
Our defense is going here's the thing. All it takes is one of those turnovers to become a touchdown by the defense.
Also true.
Yeah.
That's all it takes.
Or returning one. Like, we didn't get any interceptions, and that's what we've been known for the last couple of years.
All it takes is defensive points, and we look good, and we forget that. We don't forget. We all know, but during the game, you forget. Oh, hey, our offense hasn't produced.
Oh, yeah. That was garbage the other night. The fans let them know too. No, I don't know. We'll see. I'm excited for the Auburn game. I think this is a big turning point. This, if we lose this game, then the season's just gonna, catapult down. I still see us losing to Texas. I see us losing to Auburn or Alabama. I'm sorry, and possibly LSU. I don't know. They haven't looked that great either, to be honest.
We
with
beat
you.
LSU.
Ole Miss is going to smoke us. Ole Miss is going to beat us pretty bad, and that's 7-5 right there, right? If we lose all those games, I think, and then hoping you beat Missouri or South Carolina, Auburn. So we shall see. But Foxx Den, wait, hold on. I can't say that yet. I got one more question for you. One more fun fact type of question. Not really a fun fact, but my question is, would you rather eat mystery leftovers that have been in the fridge for a little bit too long, a little longer than they should have been, or eat a stranger's leftovers that they left on their plate at a restaurant? Like, it's at a restaurant, you're at a restaurant, you see some like an enchilada, half-eaten taco or something over there, and you just go over there and start scarfing on that. Which one would you rather do?
Mystery leftovers.
There used to be a guy at Lambert who would be busting tables and eat people's leftovers as he was going on.
That's disgusting. Was that you?
No, it was Hunter, but
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
No.
What would you do?
I knew
I would probably go the mystery leftover. Is it mine?
Yeah, I mean, sure. Yeah,
I mean, obviously,
you don't remember what it was.
But
here's the thing, though. For it to be a mystery, it had to be in there for a while.
And for me to put it in the fridge, thinking I had a chance at eating it, it must have been pretty good. So
I will starve. I will not eat.
No,
that's not an option.
If I had an option, I don't know what to do. I mean, I'm not going to eat after some stranger I don't even.
So you
know.
eat the mystery.
You could not eat. You would not eat after a stranger. You wouldn't even eat.
He said he wouldn't. He said he wouldn't.
No, I said I would not. No, I mean, especially if they ate off of it. I mean, if I knew they hadn't. I mean, I'm not counting fries. I mean, maybe grab a couple of fries, but I'm talking like if somebody ate a half-eaten taco or half steak or something like that. No,
maybe a little popsicle.
Yeah, there you go. Man, you're funny. All right, Foxx Den would like to let everybody know we appreciate you for listening to our podcast. all our SEC foes keep commenting. We got, good comments. I did have somebody reach out to me on my TikTok page that said, hey, I had to come back and give you props for giving a low score to the game at least, even though I said OU would win. But they said I predicted a lower score, and I was right. But
didn't we all?
What's that?
I said I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but Dad only posted the video of his prediction, so.
Well, I mean, I don't.
So self-centered. You know?
No, I don't. You're not going to do anything for me. What are you doing? You're not helping me out. What are you talking about?
Do you want this video to get posted or not?
I do want to get a video to get posted, but you won't help me. So help me figure out how to do it myself. Then I don't have to lean on you. So anyway, but yeah, we would like to thank everybody for listening to us, and we will see you next week. Take care.
Thank you for listening to the Foxx Den Sports Podcast. Be sure to subscribe for free to our YouTube channel, Foxx Den Sports. And also follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Foxx Den Sports and on Facebook at Foxx Den Sports Podcast. You can also email us at foxdensports@yahoo.com. This has been Foxx Den Sports.